been running on YouTube. Oh my god, it looks psychotic on YouTube. Mm, That's what it is. We have our good hair days and not good hair days. I think like my allergies are just bad today because whenever I wake up and it's a little hazy like it is today, it's just a not good allergy day. So I think I'm just tired too because the spring sports are like, what are we doing? The spring sports are crazy. Between the two kids, and I'm almost finished with school, so I'm like crunching for that, and just kind of get it. Just too many things happening as we barrel towards the end of this month. Good morning, Anna. But I am loving the beautiful weather we've been having. That has been absolutely delightful. All right. I've got to be mindful of time because I do have an 11. So I'm going to give you three things. And I think the cat might have gotten this. I'm going to give you three things. They're going to be plants this morning. I'm going to do plants. And you pick the one that is most aligned with your vibes this morning, and that will be your message. If there is like something you want a little bit of information about, or just want to tap into a specific energy, just go ahead and like hold that intention as I'm shuffling. So your three plants are pothos, snake plant, and aloe vera. Write it here. Pothos, snake plant, and aloe vera. So what plant are you feeling this morning? Snake plant. All three. All right, Anna. Pothos, snake plant, and aloe vera. Hi, Suzette. Pothos, snake plant, and aloe vera. There's a plant sale this weekend here in New Cumberland. It's usually not really a pothos heavy plant sale. It's more like outdoor plants, but I still like to go and peruse. Oh, did you? Okay, that's clearly for you then. All right. Again, your choices this morning are pothos, snake plant, and aloe vera. And tell me when you're ready for pothos. Excuse me. Okay, this is your pothos. You've got movement, risk, and fire fairy. This is like screaming new adventures, new ventures, if you will. So you've got risk, movement, and the fire fairy with it, which is like creative energy, action, optimism, right? Um, and with starting anything new, like a new business venture, it feels like it could be something like that. Um, there's always risk involved. There's risk in the unknown, according to our brains, right? Everything is always risky if you don't know what's going to happen, even though technically speaking, we never really know what's going to happen in life. So life is essentially a risk, but you know, it's just how your nervous system decides to go with it. But for my pathos friends, you're in it now, right? It sounds like you already did it. Like you already took that jump into the new venture. And now because you're in it, there's a few moments like right, there's like, ooh, like, am I a little bit trepidatious about something? This feels risky, and that's okay. That's totally normal. But it doesn't feel like the risk is like that loud, to be honest, right now, because the movement towards creative action is so strong. So it's like you're really building something. Got that momentum going. So underneath that, maybe a little bit of like risky nibbles at the toes, but not enough to really derail you even slightly. So enjoy this ride because it's moving and forming and creating right now so that later when you're in more of an ebb, right, you have a solid foundation. So very exciting for my Pothos friends. That sounds good. Shuffling now for snake. Again, your choices this morning are Pothos, snake plant, and aloe vera. Good morning, Yvonne. You're pre-ready. Okay, this is your snake plant. Tell me, I know you're ready, but tell me when everybody's ready. Snake plant. Mm, okay, wow. So, snake plant, we have Merlin, the king, and the bard. So, lots and lots of masculine energy in this pull. Lots of decision making and doing in the physical realm, and also a lot of doing, balancing, and decision making in the magical realm, in the spiritual realm as well. So you're busy. It's also the bard, which is very much a telling your story and giving meaning to the things that have happened and are going to happen. Okay. When you think of telling a story, right? If we tell a story about something that happened already, there is the possibility of telling that story as accurately to the facts that we know, right? Which is more of a retelling of a happening. And then there's a retelling of a happening that elaborates in certain areas, spends more time on one part than the other, right? Leans heavily towards this rather than that. And that's what we are kind of in charge of if we're the storyteller, right? You could tell a story super boring, right? Like you could say, last week I got up on a Tuesday and I went to the store and I bought dog food. That's a true story. Um, it's not very interesting. It's forgettable, honestly, right? But if you said, I woke up last Tuesday and the air was like heavy and felt weird, and I started to feel weird. I felt anxious and paranoid. And I was like, what is going on? Like, why is there that vibe in the air? My cat jumped in front of me. I almost tripped over my cat. My coffee tasted like acid that day. And I go on and on and on. And finally, we do get to the store where I bought dog food and came home. But we've taken ourselves on a journey. Do you see what I mean? Think of that when you are creating your story. Do you want it just to be like bullet points, or do you want it to be fleshed out and have meaning to it and interest and intrigue, right? So there's that happening. But between the Merlin and the King, you are in active choice decision making mode in the physical realm. So that means you're not in your head about it, you're in your face about it, basically. It's creating into physical form in your actual life right now. And then the bard is asking you, what meaning are you giving that? What's the story behind it? Okay. So the snake plant is a very manifesty pull because it's basically everything showing up in physical form in your life at this time. And then the story that you're going to give it. Okay. And last is aloe vera. Oh, very different vibe for aloe vera. Tell me when you're ready. All right. So for aloe vera, we've got the hawk, the water fairy, and the deer. So very different energy here. It's a much softer, gentler energy. Um, whereas snake plant was very like masculine and like in your face and in the physical, aloe vera is very much in the feminine and very inside. It's a very like going within and tapping into that intuitive knowing. Right now is probably not the time to like yell things out loud and just kind of forcefully insert. Now is the time for observation and really paying attention to the way that the energy is reacting to you. When the hawk comes, it's like look for the signs, right? Ask for the signs, look for the signs. The water fairy is all about what does it feel like? How are you feeling? And the deer is all about gentleness and diplomacy. So whatever's going on for my aloe vera friends, the answer is to like sit with it, right? Ask for knowledge, ask for a sign, pay attention to the synchronicities, and really feel your own connection to the flow. Okay. Because we're all connected to the flow. Sometimes it feels a little rockier and like distorted than others, but when you're in this kind of space, it's asking you to get really quiet and like just really connect in and see what comes through. Then there's going to be more of a masculine time coming when it is action time. So this energy here is what precedes snake plant energy. So if you are feeling snake plant energy, chances are you already passed through this first, where it was the slowing down, the tapping in, paying attention to the synchronicities just to kind of like get your energy right. And then it's time to go, right? So if this is where you are now, you are in your ebb. You're not in your flow necessarily. So you may not be seeing things pop off in a material fashion around you, but that's what this is preparing you for. Okay? So all good things. I'm sorry to be so quick today, but I really did dilly dally this morning, and that's what I needed to do. So I did. I love you guys. I hope you have a really, really, really good weekend, and I will see you in May next Friday and see what the energy's like then. All right. Enjoy. Mwah.